Do you want to know how I went from this pixie cut in 2017 to this ball of hair in 2020 to this, one of my favorite pictures? Mind you, this is just blow dried. This is not straightened. It was too humid that day. Also, this was about like 2 years ago. Yeah, this was 2 years ago. I've only gotten it like trimmed lightly since then. Everybody's hair has a journey, has a story, especially if you're a Black woman. Tends to be a lot of ups, downs. Sometimes trauma is involved, and that's very much the story of my hair. So today I'm going to share my hair story. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of those things, and let's dive into the story behind my hair. So I got my hair permed when I was very young. My mom used to call me the comb killer because I always had a lot of hair and it was always really thick and it gave her like osteoporosis. Yeah, whatever that thing is that you have to use, the cast version thing for your hand to comb. I gave that to her because I had so much hair as a small child. So I got my hair permed very early on. My mom permed it so that way it could be more manageable, and she would not lose both of her wrists. And I really wanted my hair permed because I was getting bullied significantly at school. There were a lot of things that went into it. I'm not going to go into all of those stories, but it was really bad. A lot of like physical things, waking up in corners, not knowing what happened, getting knocked out, pushed down flights of stairs, locked into closets, all of that stuff. And I didn't attribute all of it to my hair, but a lot of my bullies did make mention of my hair. So because it was like a lot of natural hair at that time, and it was the 90s, perms were in. So yeah, when I got my perm, I was like, oh my gosh, all the girls are going to be nice to me now, it's going to be great. Nope, didn't change a singular thing, except it gave them something else to be like, I can't stand you. So yeah, so moved schools, became the only Black kid in all of my classes. Everybody started doing that weird thing where they're like, oh, you can't be Black, you must be Dominican, as if a lot of Dominicans are not also Black. You know that. So I had my hair permed for a very long time, had this like identity crisis of, being the only Black person in a very, very non-Black space, ingesting a lot of racism, not realizing that it was racism. And then one day I was like, oh, everybody that is around me is racist. So I told my mom, and she was like, oh, didn't know that. Let's get out of here. So switched schools to a more culturally mixed school in like late high school, like mid to late high school. And that was when I decided to go natural. I wanted to go natural for a couple of reasons, mainly because college was coming up. I didn't want to consistently get perms when I was in college and, find a hairdresser, all of those things. And I was going to be going to another PWI. And I was like, it's just going to be too much work. So let me go natural now, transition during my last year of high school. And my mom and I would figure out, different hair care routines, ways that I can maintain it while I was in school. So that once I went all natural, honestly, I remember the first time that I saw one of my little curls. Let me see if I can find a picture of what my hair looks like, not stretched, just fresh out the shower. 1 second. Okay, this is the closest that I could get. Like, this is my hair when it's also like, I look amazing. Like, can we just take a moment to say, like, I look amazing? This is also from a couple of years ago. But I usually don't like just let my hair out because it gets tangled so quickly. But you could kind of see my curl pattern in there. It's in a little bun, had some things out, and we're at the beach. So like, this is as close to my hair is fully untouched, like a full wash and go. It's been a minute since I've done that. If you're curious about what that looks like, let me know and I'll try and put something together. But yeah, anyway. So I go natural. I am the only Black girl that is natural at my school. I was very much a spectacle. Everybody wanted to play in my hair. It was like 2015, 20. The conversation around don't touch my hair hadn't quite hit hard yet. No, it wasn't even 2015. That was like 2010, 2011, somewhere around there, right? So like these conversations were really just kind of starting when it came to the greater zeitgeist. So yeah, it was very much like the spectacle, but it made me so proud to be to be so authentically myself, from the like length of my hair to my tippy toes. And it really started my journey into honestly like becoming more more aggressively pro-black. So I'm in college, I'm dyeing my hair, I'm bleaching my hair, I'm doing mohawks, I'm doing all these things, keeping it natural, but I'm just like, oh, I want to play, I want to express myself. So I'm doing all of these things. It's fantastic. Life gets a little crazy. Senior year, randomly get accepted into Harvard University. I was like, oh, that's different, for a graduate program at the American Repertory Theater, that was in association with Harvard University at that time. So technically, I'm a Harvard grad. So go to the program, and it was a 2-year program. First part was, it was mostly in the United States, but there was a brief moment where we had to go to Moscow, Russia. Now, mind you, if you any form of chocolate, they don't like us over there. They're very vocal about how much they dislike us, actually. I arguably, there was no need for me to go. Like, yeah, it was technically a requirement of the program, but safety-wise, it was very unsafe. Lots of terrible things happened, lots of trauma, and I associated a lot of that to my hair because people could spot me in a crowd because of how big my hair was. So I was targeted with a lot of hate crimes, a lot of very aggressive, very physical hate crimes. There are parts of my memory that are legitimately blocked out. I don't remember like gaps of time from when I was over there. I do remember running a lot. I do remember being grabbed a lot. I don't remember how I escaped those times a lot. Like, those are the chunks that are gone. But there was one guy who, before he went after me, oh, I'm so sorry. I should have had trigger warnings all through this. Trigger warning. I'm gonna put trigger warning at the very beginning of this. Yikes. Okay, so I'm gonna like briefly hop over these things. People made mention of my hair when they were after me. So I came back to the United States after that time in Moscow, and I did a little Euro trip with my friends, to try and detox. They didn't know everything that was going on because I was still like trying to process, but I really wanted to detox. So we did like a little Euro trip afterwards. And as soon as we got back to the United States, I went to the barber shop and snippity snipped. I walked in there and I said, hey, mind you, never been to a barber shop before. All the chairs are full. But I did some research on this one guy. His name is Ra. Ra, if you're out there, I appreciate you. You did a great job. And I walked in and said, hey, Ra, I am the person that has your 2 o'clock. I don't remember if it was 2 o'clock, but I was like, hey, I have your 2 o'clock. And he was like, oh, what are you doing here? My entire barber shop is quiet. And I was like, yeah, could you just take this off? Mind you, it was give or take a little bit like this, right? And I was like, yeah, can you just like take it all off? And everybody's quiet. And he's like, you sure? And I was like, yeah. And I give him a picture. I was like, just like a nice little taper, close on top. Just take it all off, please. And then he took it all off. So I started my second year of grad school with a close and with a little bit on top. Honestly, it was cute. I really enjoyed the look of it. It was my trauma look. Some people go and get bangs. Other people just go straight to the barber shop. And I went straight to the barber shop. So, it was a cute look. The issue is that when it grew out, I looked more and more like a Jackson 5 member in the most prepubescent kind of way. Not hot. And also short hair is it takes a lot of maintenance, so I really appreciate the women that like commit to the maintenance bit. I can't. So from that point I was like, you know what, I guess I'm just gonna have to grow out my hair. Now, if you watch some of my other videos where I talk about my autoimmune situation, because I cut my hair, finished out grad school, and then less than 6 months after grad school, all that trauma that was in my body said, hey, let's shut down your nervous system. So less than 6 months after graduating, I was paralyzed. And I really had to sit with all of the choices that had been made, all of the things that people had done to me. And I had to really come to a recollection of like, what does that have to do with how does all of this connect with my body, literally, which also, by extension, my hair. So I really started to think about what's my hair's story? What does that say about me, my journey, my growth, my sadness? So for that full year that I spent relearning how to walk, drive, poop, all of those things, I did some deep healing, some very deep healing, full body deep healing, which also involved me coming to a deeper understanding of my hair's journey, my hair story. And I just let it grow. I really did just let it grow. From that point, I played with it more. I raged with it more. And my hair has always like grown very quickly over time, but I will say something that changed things up dramatically, moving to Mexico. I moved to Mexico, honestly, just moving out of the United States. I think the quality of the food there helped my hair to grow exponentially. Also, interestingly enough, in between these two times, I started doing, I started doing some hair modeling. So I was in like a couple of L'Oreal ads at some point, just like digital things, nothing like catalog or whatnot. Shea Moisture, I think. Was it Shea Moisture? No. Carol's Daughter. So yeah, like my hair was starting to get me noticed. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then COVID hit. As soon as Broadway shut down, everything else shut down. So I was like, okay, what else am I gonna do? So I just started writing. I started doing other things. Writing opened up other opportunities that led me to like travel abroad, that led me to move abroad. And moving abroad really just genuinely helped my hair to grow. And I think it was the quality of the food. But yeah, so that's pretty much the journey of my hair. It's doing a thing up top. But yeah, so that's the journey of my hair. And I really, it's weird to say that I have a relationship with it because I do genuinely consider it a person. She is spicy. She is obnoxious a lot of the time. She lets people know that she's there. She lets people know when she's uncomfortable. She also wants to lock very, very quickly. When I do like tiny twists as a protective style, she wants to be a lock so bad, so I can't keep those locks in for too long. Oh, I love you. Yeah, if you are curious about what kind of products I use, and honestly, it's mostly like, while there are certain products that I live and die by, it's mostly a food thing for me. It's mostly a food thing that helps my hair to grow because it's really from the root out. I used to do biotin. But here's the thing. I'm a fuzzy girl. I'm a fuzzy girl. And yeah, it helps your hair to grow. It also helps your hair to grow. It helps your hair to grow. It helps your hair to grow. It helps your hair to grow. So if you want all of your hair to grow, then sure, go for biotin. But if you don't want all of it to grow, then maybe take a step back from somebody who's lived through that experience. You know. But yeah, there's food things that I would strongly recommend that help me anyway. So if you're curious about that, tippity type that in the comments. And I think that's all for now. Like, share, subscribe, all those good things. And I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye.